populations can experience two types of growth. The first is exponential growth, and that's a population growth that occurs without limits, meaning that there are no limiting factors within that population. So as the population gets larger, it's going to grow faster and faster. In this type of environment, or this type of growth, there are unlimited resources and there's no competition between organisms. And this type of growth, population growth, occurs in exotic species, which is what makes them invasive. It occurs in bacteria, which is why how they reproduce so quickly. And it's also occurring in humans, although that's not necessarily a good thing. This is a graph of what exponential growth looks like. It takes on almost a J shape, and so as you can see, as time goes up, the population goes up, and as the population gets larger, it increases faster and faster. The second type of growth is logistic growth, and this is kind of the opposite of exponential. This is when a population grows until it reaches its carrying capacity in an ecosystem. And the carrying capacity is the amount of organisms an ecosystem can hold and still sustain all the organisms in that ecosystem. So there are limiting factors in this type of population, but those limiting factors allow for equilibrium to occur, meaning that the growth rate is going to be the same as the death rate. And anything below a carrying capacity is going to allow a population to continue to grow until it reaches the carrying capacity. If that population is above the carrying capacity, then you're going to see a decrease in the population because there's not enough resources to support all of those individuals. Here's a graph of a logistic growth. So it looks like an S. As time goes on, the population goes up, but later on in the graph we see this flat line. This flat line is the carrying capacity. Anything above it, the population or the ecosystem cannot sustain. Some examples of limiting factors are resources, predation, and environmental factors, and various diseases. And we will talk about a few example diseases on Monday. Moving on, demography. This is the study of human population. And in order to study human populations, we look at something called a age structure graph. And an age structure graph shows us the percent of individuals at different ages based on their gender. And so when you look at an age diagram, it'll look something like this. On one side you'll see the males, on the other you'll see the females, and these lines are showing the percentage of individuals at those different age brackets. So if you look at an age structure diagram and you see a wide base at the bottom, like this top diagram here, that indicates rapid growth in that area. If it looks relatively equal throughout from the top and bottom, that means that population or that age isn't probably experiencing any growth within that particular area. And we can use these for different countries, and that's how we compare population growth.